Yeah, let's talk a little bit about, you brought up healthcare. The 111th Congress is winding down.
Right.
And that was obviously a big accomplishment for the body. How do you assess the work that the Chamber has done the last 2 years? What are some of the big wins and the big losses in Congress?
Well, the big win from my perspective was healthcare. I have said many times, I've seen people. It happened to my family. My dad and mom. My dad got sick when I was a kid, and I have 3 sisters, and we lost our home to foreclosure because my dad was sick. And when we came home from my oldest sister's wedding reception, here's a deputy sheriff with a notice to evict. And my dad died at 67 years old, thinking he was a failure. He wasn't. He had the unfortunate circumstance of being too sick to work.
Right.
So this happens to hundreds of thousands of people being foreclosed on or losing everything or going into bankruptcy. It wasn't the bill I wanted. But at the end of the day, we're closing the donut hole for seniors. We are going to do enough, which, by the way, that Medicare Part D bill the Republicans ran through with 13 hours of leaving the floor open for votes till they could get the numbers, was one of the worst bills ever. We have started getting younger people to be covered. For kids who have juvenile diabetes now or epilepsy or some other problems, their parents don't have to worry that the child can't be insured. It's a good bill. Is it a great bill? No. But that's a huge accomplishment.
Do you think some of the misinformation about the health care bill is fading away? Do you think people are getting a better sense of what's in the legislation as time progresses?
The seniors, they understand it when they go to the donut hole and they walk in and find out a prescription they used to pay $30 for is now $300, and it's not their fault. So we're going to close that completely. And I think a lot of that misinformation about death panels and illegal aliens are going to be able to get health care. The abortion issue came up. There's language that covers that. They just couldn't stop them. They couldn't help themselves, and they still can't. Some of them, a lot of it's died down because ordinary people get it. They understand. And if you're a senior, and I just did a senior high-rise in my district before I went back to D.C., and a lot of people there had gotten a $250 check because they were either in the donut hole or prepared to go into it on the deductible. People get it. When I voted that night, I put my dad's initials on the back of the card that I sent in because I wanted it. He's been gone for a long time, but I wanted him to know that this was kind of not just for him, but for people who have been through it. And this has been going on for years.